Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of This Could Get Weird. I am Adam Stone.
And I'm Adam Blocher.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So how are things been, man?
uh, Usual for me, just trying to survive through work with crap managers.
Yeah. They're out there, dude.
Uh huh.
You can't get past them no matter where you are. Trust me.
Yeah. And got them by the bucket load where I'm at.
I believe. Well, 'cause you're part of the daytime down there too, so daytime catches a lot of crap.
Well, that
As
and
well as far as like you get your hours cut and shit. Because in the past you talked about that.
yeah. Well, not only that being the daytime, and also I just had barely any sleep last night because I had to go from a closing shift to an open shift.
That
So
fucking sucks.
that's fun.
I know how that is. That fucking sucks. My old job, I've done that before to where I close, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and you got to be in at like 5 the next morning to unload a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I know how that is. But yeah, life will do that shit to you.
So I've got a rant.
Oh, you got a rant.
I've got a semi rant at least, and because I stumbled upon this website or page on Facebook, and I've been noticing over the past week that there are a lot of people that think this certain way, and one, it astounds me how stupid people are, and two, it astounds me how much their fucking hate there is in the world.
I am intrigued, sir. Go ahead and.
I'll start it off by a question to you, sir.
Okay.
What is your definition of feminism?
Feminism, it's. It depends on who you ask, honestly. Because it's such a wide spectrum viewpoint. I mean, all right, the typical bare bones feminist is,
Because my definition of it is just treat everybody equal. That's all they're fucking is. Just treat everyone equally, and everyone should be happy.
well, I wouldn't necessarily call that feminism. That's just in general life,
True.
just ethics. I'm talking about, true feminism is, we don't need men to, speaking from a woman's point of view, of course, they don't need men to, just fucking men. We don't need them, or they don't need to be held down. They don't need to be, they're not damsels in distress. They're, they don't need to be in the kitchen, and they just want to, equal opportunity basically, and
Yeah.
kind of things of that nature.
Yeah, because I've stumbled. I was just like page hopping on Facebook when I stumbled upon several like extreme feminist pages, and I really don't know too much about it, so I was just reading down like all the posts, just learning what I could, and holy fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Well, no. Before you go on, what brought this on? What caused you to get into feminism?
nothing. I was just fucking just it's like YouTube, you know how you just click on random videos? I was on Facebook just clicking random pages to visit.
When was this?
Uh During this whole week during my lunchtime because I go up to the subway to eat and chill by myself and just scroll through Facebook.
Now, was it brought on because of this whole shooting thing that happened over the weekend? The shooter in California.
There's a shooter?
Yeah, you not hear about this?
Uh-uh.
Holy shit, dude! No, this guy, this kid, he's been like posting like these YouTube videos, these anti-woman type. Long story short, this guy wasn't getting laid. He was a virgin,
Hmm.
and he decided to take it out on the world. And what
Hmm.
he did was he stabbed his roommates to death and went on like a shooting spree.
Dick move.
Yeah.
Huh. So yeah, my interest in this has nothing to do with that because I didn't even
Well,
fucking
no,
know that
it might have been
happened.
spawned on by that
Yeah, I didn't even
because,
know it happened though.
yeah, this was about 4 days ago.
Oh wow.
Because this guy, he posted like a manifesto, like a 40 something page uh, manifesto, basically explaining what he. Oh, it was 140 page. Excuse me.
Son of a no. Jesus
And
Christ.
he basically been posting videos on YouTube. Talking about everybody's gonna pay type of deal. But shot two women to death in front of a sorority house. Shot a man to death inside a deli. Exchanged gunfire twice with the police and injured 13 people as he drove from block to block. And this is in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Yeah, Elliot Roger. He was 22. Ended the Friday night rampage near the University of California, Santa Barbara, apparently by fatality by shooting himself, of course. Fuckhead. But the cops lit his ass up inside the car, or at least lit his car up.
So because he couldn't get with anybody, he decided just to be angry at everyone.
Yeah. Now here's the twist, though.
That's a stupid reason.
Here's the twist. His dad was
Yeah.
Peter Roger, which nobody knew really until this whole incident took place. He works in the film industry, and he was the second unit assistant director on the first Hunger Games.
Huh.
So this kid, I don't know. I mean, he just wanted to get laid. He was just bitching about. He sees a lot of pretty women and stuff. It's the typical guy stuff. You see a hot chick and she doesn't want anything to do with you type deal.
Yeah.
And it's just, well, okay, move on.
Yeah.
There'll be others. There's always, I've always been told, the rule of 1 in 10, You go around asking, maybe 10 people out, there's one person that will maybe say yes.
Sure.
And I guess nobody told him about this.
Yeah.
So he decided, because he wasn't getting his fucking carrot wet, because he was kind of like a pretty boy. And, no chicks didn't want anything to do with him. I mean, it's become, that's probably all this feminist stuff has come up because it's been spurned on by others because the manifesto he wrote was such a fucking just anti-woman. Just
Mm.
the shit that was written in there, it's fucking creepy.
Mm.
I mean, it brought the feminist out in me. It's like, fuck this motherfucker. If you don't like it, go get a hooker.
Yeah.
They got prostitutes for this sort of thing if you want to get laid. I mean, you're, an AD's son. You're pretty, you got some money.
Yeah.
That motherfucker made some money. Hunger Games, hello. I mean, he could have used that card. How many chicks out there love the Hunger Games?
It's true.
They love them some Katniss. He could have used that card. But
Oh yeah.
instead, he decided, I mean, of course, he was crazy and out of his mind and, and on all sorts of fucked up medication, which, that's a whole different argument. But getting back to the whole feminist thing, he could have, used that to his advantage. Hell, I would have.
Oh yeah.
If I was that kind of person, I would have been like, yeah, my dad, he worked on the Hunger Games. I can hook you up. But, and, I digress, yeah, but that's probably where all the, feminist reading that you've
Yeah,
been
I've seen a
doing.
lot of shit just be popping
Yeah,
up.
that's what it is.
But it's
It
not like
is,
it's all like the extreme version of feminism, like where they all say all men should die. This world is would be better without any of them being here. All they do is fuck up shit and stuff like that. And I just don't even before this, they thought like this. The extreme feminists, or what I've seen as the term known as feminazi, which I find kind of funny.
uh-huh.
Think like this, where they want all men dead because they apparently we have no use anymore. All we do, according to them, is just rape everybody,
Okay.
just uncontrollable fucking rape. And I just don't understand where all this hate comes from. It's just like fucking racism. There's no point in the hate.
No, there isn't. You're absolutely right. There is no fucking sense in it. But it's all stemming from points of view. I'm going to throw in an inside joke here. You'll get this. Uh, did they not realize, they won't be able to reproduce? Because we're kind of part of that equation.
They've there's an article written by one of the like the advocates or something about feminism, and they said they've found a way scientifically to put two eggs together in a lab and create a child. I'd call bullshit on that, but
I do
I
as
don't
well.
know.
Yeah, that's not going to happen unless they're fucking Asari. There's my inside joke. There's no
Mhm.
way in hell that they're going to be able to reproduce. Unless, you really want to go fucking extreme, you could, have a bunch of camps of men just sitting there for reproduction purposes.
Yeah, death by snoo snoo.
Death by snoo snoo. Which, the sad thing is they won't be screwing you. They'll just, because there are other ways of doing it.
True. But yeah, it's just like, why is there so much fucking hate? Because it being Facebook, there's these pictures of everyone hold up a sign that shows, like, I need feminism because. And this one sign is like, I need feminism because my coworker make who is male makes more money than me. And then it said he has a bachelor's degree in business and I have a bachelor's degree in women's studies. And I'm like, that might be the reason he's making more than you.
Yeah, I mean, a degree is certainly good unless you're working in that field.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's a business of some sort and he's got it, it can be flip flopped.
true.
And yeah, I understand that sort of thing. I mean, feminism, yeah, it can be used for good because yeah, there is a lot of motherfuckers out there that are rapist motherfuckers,
True.
and
They
then
always they always say, from what I've been reading, is that we shouldn't have to teach our daughters how to defend against rapists. We should teach the men how not to rape. And every time I read that, I'm like, it's a fucking law not to
yeah,
rape. Everyone knows not to do it. Like everyone knows not to murder. But you know what? It's still gonna fucking happen because there are messed up people in the world.
right, right, and yeah, that's a fact.
And one thing got me because I was talking to one of my coworkers today about this, and I told her that I'd actually stumbled upon another page that was a men's support group for men who have been raped by women because, like, in a masculine society, what like macho guy is going to say that's happened to them? Really, they want to do it anonymously so people won't know who they are.
Now, in that situation, how would you define rape?
Having sex forced upon the man like it is for women.
Now, I can't remember who I had this discussion with. She was a female. I think I know who it is. I won't say the name, but we were talking about that, and she didn't believe that was possible.
Yeah, yeah. The coworker I was talking to says like, she said, well, if the man is aroused, doesn't that mean he wants the sex? I'm like, no, we have no fucking control over that part of our body. It just does whatever it fucking wants.
Yes and no. Well, I mean, that's a very fine line because if you think about it, the situation, it's all about attraction. But then again,
Well, men are
the
attracted
male organ,
visually. We can look at anything and instantly
yeah.
like, oh shit,
Well, I
there
mean,
it goes.
not even just that. You're just walking around in your pair of jeans and you rub it the wrong way, and boom, you're half
Yeah.
mass. Yeah, I understand that, but it's like, in Fear 2. Did you remember when I ever showed you that ending?
Mm-mm.
That was a fucked up ending. Because, long story short, the whole time, Alma is stalking you,
Yeah.
and she's naked, of course. This is grown up Alma, not little girl Alma. But she's stalking you throughout the game, and towards the end, you're locked in this chamber with you have to sit in this chair, and the chair straps you down, and she's in the chamber with you. The whole time you're fighting inside her conscience against this other guy in your group, she's having her way with you because it skips in and out where it shows her riding on you and shit like that, and
Mm.
moaning in ecstasy, and everybody says, damn, you get raped in the end by Alma, because that's how it sets up for the third one. Spoilers. When she's walking around knocked up, because you remember when we played that, we caught up with this guy and he was going off about how he got raped by Alma and shit. That's who that character was.
Gotcha. But yeah, like I was reading one of the stories from one of the guys, and he'd said that it had happened to him in his college years. He woke up in his dorm like 3 a.m. in the morning, and when he woke up, some chick was just riding him, and he's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Just shit like that. He had never seen her before. He didn't know her name, and when she was done, she just stood up and walked out of his room.
And that's a weird fine line. Because it's like you said, what self-respecting guy is going to admit, I got raped.
True, because we live in one of those like macho fucking societies where the guy has to be fucking tough. You can't show weakness.
Well, that brings me back to the whole definition of rape, because when I think of rape for men, I think of fucking prison rape,
True.
and that's the only way I can think about that. I mean, yeah, that is an interesting question. Does that count? Well, here's a good example. If you would consider this rape, movie Single White Female, about Jennifer Jason Leigh moves in with Bridget Fonda, and becomes super obsessed with her, and she's like fucking crazy. I mean, at one point she cuts her hair like her, colors it the same color, and the whole time she was having problems. Bridget Fonda was having problems with her boyfriend, played by Steven Weber, and this other chick sneaks into his house because she said she was going to meet up with him or something. Goes into the house. It's a really famous fucking scene. It blows my mind. But crawls into bed with him, strips down, and just starts blowing him. And of course he looks down and he sees familiar red hair. He's like, oh, okay. But then she looks up at him, and he's like, holy shit, who is that? Just before he fucking has an orgasm right in her fucking
Yeah.
mouth. And I mean, it's a really twisted scene, but it's like, does that count as rape? Yeah, but then lo and behold, spoilers, he's like, well, I'm going to tell, goddammit, because I don't want anything to do with you and all this. And then she sticks a fucking stiletto in his eye.
Hmm.
Stiletto heel right to the eye.
Damn.
Yeah. But would that count? I don't know. That's an interesting topic. That's a very fine line.
I don't know about. I would say that would count because he thought he was doing it with his girlfriend, but it turned out it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. It's better than being tranny tricked. I
Mm.
shouldn't say that.
But then I was reading some of these. I guess you could say quote unquote testimonials from some of the girls on these pages, and they were saying like, uh, "This guy looked at me while I was in bikini. Should I call the cops because he raped me with his eyes?" And all these other people are saying you should. Men shouldn't be doing that. And it brings up all those false rape accusations, and the more and more that that happens, the less it's that boy who cried wolf shit. The
Right.
more you do it, the less people are going to believe you,
Uh-huh.
and the it takes the real effect of being raped by someone. If you do the cry wolf on it, it takes it away, it makes it less of a thing to somebody that it actually happened to.
Yeah.
And that kind of pisses me off.
What, the fact that
The fact that people do the false accusations so much more, and they just because really, I was reading this one article where this girl falsely accused this her high school friend of raping her, putting him in jail for 17 years, and she got like I think it was like $205,000, and it was like 7 years later she had admitted to falsely putting him in, and the only penalty she had was to give the money away. That's it.
To give it away, why?
To give the money back to the government and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
Basically, a slap on the fucking wrist. And he lost, years of his life in jail because of that.
Now, was it proven that he did it? I mean, what was her
It was
accusation?
it was proven that he didn't do it because she had claimed that she had made the whole thing up
Why'd she make it up?
because he wouldn't date her.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that shit happens. There's a lot of false accusations out there, but there's a lot of true ones too.
True.
But yeah, shit like that, does piss me off. Yeah, I don't know how to touch that one.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it is a fucked up situation, and nothing happened to her, of course. But I mean, he could fucking sue the shit out of her for slander,
Yeah.
defamation of character. So that's a major civil suit.
But yeah, just me reading all this shit over the past week, all this like extreme negative shit, just kind of making me mad at the world.
Right.
And you know me, I don't enjoy being pissed off at the world.
Oh, I hear you. The sad thing is, I mean, I don't know what you can honestly do about it. Because I know you're the type that you want a means to an end, and you want to see a solution to it. But there's so much shit out there right now that it's I don't know how to tell you can solve it. Because yeah, stuff like that will happen. But
One thing that kind of confused me though was how they were, how they one of the feminist things is, they don't want to be oppressed by men or by the men's society and all that stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
there was this one article that linked from the page of this feminist artist, and what she was doing was she was those gymnast like really long pole things that go horizontal from the ground.
yeah,
Where they do those little like tight walks on.
yeah, yeah, the beam.
Yeah, the beam. She had
Yeah.
two beams out in public in front of a art museum, and she had a big white canvas underneath it, and she was standing on the beams, spread, just making fucking art with her period blood. And I'm like, ew.
Whoa.
This is just fucking gross. She's butt naked doing that, and she's like, I will not be oppressed. This is art. I'm like, that's fucking gross.
Well, that takes us back to one of our old subjects. You remember the chick who was, shoving yarn up her vag? And,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we discussed that then, and, even, other females were all like, that's not fucking art. That's disgusting. That's
And then
just, somebody, out there just, that's, it's not even really, I don't know what the fuck she's expressing there. Nothing.
I
Just
don't
being
know.
provocative is what that is.
Then there was one where I guess this girl got bullied in school, and so what she had done to get back at all her bullies was she fed them cupcakes. She gave them cupcakes and all that shit, but she didn't tell them that the cupcakes were semen filled.
I think I heard that somewhere. That might
That's fucking disgusting, also.
Uh huh. Yeah, bullying's a whole other fucking hot topic as well. I mean, I can go on.
Like I said at the start, though, I'm down for everyone being equal. It should be like that. I don't see why it's not.
Uh huh.
Honestly. But what the fuck, people?
Yeah,
Like
it's
how they've taken how they've changed the word woman to where it's spelled WO MYN.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm like, what is that?
You're gonna have extreme feminism, and
And there's this term I keep seeing. It's called, or I shouldn't say term. It's like almost like a saying. It's called die cis scum. Cis as CIS. And I had no idea what cis was. I'd never fucking heard of that before. So I talked to some of my friends who way more fucking intelligent than me, and they had said that cis is identifying with the gender that you're born with. So, you, Adam Stone, are a male and you identify yourself as a male, so you would be a cis, whatever the fuck that is.
uh,
But like how they were saying, because there's this group that where if you're just identify as your one gender, you're wrong. Because there's this person saying, like, this big picture, it said die cis scum, and it said I'm a free uh transgender queer dragonfly otherkin male, not male, it was ZXI. That's how they spelled it. And
okay.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's just people are trying to be too much of fucking snowflakes.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I've never really heard of that. I looked it up on Urban Dictionary. Brought something up. It says attempt by SJW social justice warriors to retaliate against possible transphobia and homophobia that they may have experienced or heard about and redirected at someone else. Most of the time, being someone completely unrelated and innocent, even other trans and gay individuals.
Yeah.
Huh.
I actually saw something on there I thought was fucking hilarious. They were saying being gay is discriminatory towards women now. And I had a fucking chuckle on that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it said being gay is discrimination towards women because gay men, stray away from the vagina and the vagina is female. So that's gay men discriminating women because they don't go for the vagina.
Uh, wow, that still doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I had a fucking chuckle on that.
Uh, wow. Even they're going after gay
They're going,
people.
they're going after fucking everybody. If you don't fit in their little circle, you're wrong.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that caught me off guard because I never really heard about this before. Yeah.
According to these pages and all that, like me and everybody I know apparently is the problem with the world.
And that's by their definition.
Yeah. It's one of those, if you're not with us, you're against us.
That
Which is
sounds
never a
very
good
fucking
which,
familiar.
which is never a good thing.
Wow, yeah, that's well, I mean, anybody that's a fucking group of any type that's against, a certain sect of people, yeah.
And it sucks because hatred only brings about more hatred.
Hate brings about hate.
Like, I mean, I was fucking happy as can be, and then I saw all their hate stuff, then I started getting angry, and I don't enjoy being angry.
So why did it make you so angry?
Well, it's all the extremist shit, it's just fucking stupid.
Uh huh.
There's no reason. There's just no fucking reason to hate against just everybody just because.
Yeah, this is sounding oddly familiar. You know, I'm sorry, but every sect is going to have their extremists of some type.
No.
And it's sadly, you know, it's a part of the fucking system
Which
that
is why I've come up with a way to fix the system. I'm gonna fight the extreme with the extreme. I'm gonna create world fucking peace. I'm gonna just no, just nuke the whole fucking world. So nobody will be around. No one can fight now. World peace.
is that really a means to the end?
Eh, I'm sure we'll come back maybe a couple million years later through some more evolution, but it's a temporary peace for that long.
Maybe. Uh, well, I mean, look at Fallout, that series.
True.
It's the concept of war never changes. You know, that's the tagline in every single one of the game. War never changes, and no matter what happens, you know, there's always going to be different sects of people. I mean, look what happened in that. You know, they brought up the what they call the ghouls, the
Yeah.
mutated people, and they fucking segregated the hell out of them. And then you got, you know, the super mutant sect. They're all just running around, just killing anything that walks.
So just basically, just in general, people are dicks.
Yes,
And I don't enjoy knowing that.
it's a hard motherfucking fact of life that, you know,
It
you're
is.
always gonna look at Team America. You remember that whole speech he gave?
Hmm.
You know, we're dicks. We're not, you know, and over here, you know, everybody else is pussies. But every once in a while, you know, it goes on, you know, about how, but then assholes got to come in, and we have to, you know, fuck those assholes, or else those assholes are gonna shit all over everybody else, and next thing you know, you're gonna get shit on everything, including your dick and your pussy. Not my line. That was that was the dialogue in the movie, people.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of like that thing. You know, it's a vicious circle, and no matter what we do, in you know, in our existence, there's always going to be some form of extremism. You know, you've got Muslim extremists, you've got, you know, neo Nazis.
One thing that I've actually been considering though is that because I've been looking at like the age group of all these posts on these extreme feminist pages and all that shit, and it's the early 2000 people that are doing it now.
Oh, you mean
It's
the
from it's the PC fucking generation, man.
yeah, you know who created them?
Don't it's too much fucking PC. I don't know why it started. It shouldn't have started. We got to stop it.
I'm going to tell you how it happened, dude. This is kind of a sad, you know, my view on this is, I mean, I don't believe in child abuse by any stretch of the imagination. You mean punching a child because it's screaming
Yeah.
and crying, you know, in the middle of the
Child
night?
abuse is wrong, but discipline, there's a line and you should,
Yeah.
if you're the parent, you know when to stop.
See, what's messed up is the parents that, you know, of the generation that, you know, would, you know, use discipline and things like that against their kids. They were the same ones that were like, "Don't fucking do it," and now it's just kind of like a, you know, whole generation of people saying, "Yeah, don't fucking do that." You swat your kid in the backside, you know, just for, you know, acting wrong. Your, you know, CPS visits you, and your kids are taken away, and
One of the many reasons why I'll never have a kid.
true.
Because shit, I was spanked once, and that put me on the fucking path not to do anything bad again.
Right.
And true, violence isn't always the answer, but sometimes it fucking helps.
Yeah.
Just a little pop on the back of the head or smack on the butt, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, no matter what, I mean, you know, society is always going to have that. You know, it's a vicious cycle, dude, and it's a weird.
From
It's a vicious cycle into a downward spiral, is what it pretty much is.
Yeah, from what I've seen, like as a society, technologically, we're going pretty good. We're rising at a decent pace.
Uh huh.
But as in a communal society, we're fucking dropping faster than Niagara Falls.
True.
And that's my opinion on it.
Now, the sad thing is, Adam, there's nothing really you can honestly do about it.
I know. All I can fucking do is sit and watch.
Sit, watch, or just, you know, I don't want to say don't pay attention to it because, there's no awareness and extremism and, no matter what subject you think of, whether it be, the subject of rape. I mean, here's an interesting case in point. Last year, the whole Steubenville thing. You hear about that?
What was that one?
These high school football kids. This girl passed out at a party. Don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
Don't
I
know if she
remember
was.
that.
Yeah, they don't know if she was roofied or not. I can't remember, but she drank a lot,
Yeah.
and they decided to strip her. And I.
Yeah, all those guys are fucking dicks.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they bragged about it and everything, and the whole fucking town rallied around these sons of bitches.
Because they
And
were on the football team.
yeah, because that was their fucking money. That was their investment and shit like that. That was their their boys. Oh, their careers are going to be ruined because of this.
Good.
Good. They fucking they whipped their wangs out and did what they did, and they have to pay the fucking price.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't care if that running back was going to go all the way. He took advantage of a girl and bragged about it, and you fuckers protected them. I don't feel sorry for any of them. But it's shit like that that, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with. I mean, if you want to take it one step further, what the fuck is it with, I've heard about this, and I don't know if it's Afghanistan or it's one of the, Arabic nations
Yeah.
that, if a woman gets raped, she's fucking stoned to death or executed.
Or they have to marry the rapist.
Yeah. Shit like
Yeah.
that, it boggles my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, if you think about it too much, it's going to drive you nuts.
Because I believe in the philosophy of true, a single grain of sand can change everything. All it takes is one person. But the problem is, if you're just a single person beating your fucking skull against a brick wall, nothing's going to change.
Right. It's like beating your fist against a
Sometimes,
stone wall.
sometimes one person's good intentions isn't enough to do fuck all.
Right.
And that's the sad part.
The best thing you can do is raise awareness, and that's, I mean, with the way people can use social media today for what it could be, and start trending things, even if you just have to just blow up, things like that, and just to get it out there, because it's an idea can start, like you said, like as a grain of sand or as a pebble in a lake, and that can cause ripples. And then if you get a big enough pebble, you're going to cause big enough ripples. That's how awareness is raised. And that's all you can do sometimes. Because if you just, you can't sit back and do nothing and be angry about it all the time.
But that does no good.
No. Because all it does is wear you the hell out.
Yeah. Because when you just sit back and watch shit, and you let that just anger just fester inside you, you're just gonna start feeling angry towards everything now.
Uh-huh.
And that's not good. Life is too fucking short.
That's it. Yeah, sometimes in life, yeah, you just got to sit back and look at the big picture. And, but, I mean, you can do things. I mean, even if they're the smallest thing as a donation or just telling somebody about it word to mouth, or like I said, go on social media and discuss the subject. Just as long as that idea or that just little bit is, just initiated, you're helping in some way, shape, or form.
It's nice to think like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really believe that just one person could change stuff like that. Like how you said nowadays though, because it's just it, people are not changed by logic or intellect or reason. They are changed by who is the fucking loudest.
Yeah, and sometimes you
And
got to be
that's
really
what
fucking
and
loud.
but that shouldn't be how things are. Things should be is people should listen to reason and intellect and logic. It just makes fucking sense. But people get the mob mentality and just go follow behind whoever the fucking loudest is.
Why do you think that's a bad thing?
It because the person who is loudest isn't always right.
No, that is a fact. Hitler was very loud.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything right about him. But it just depends on the message, really. If your message is just, then yeah, raise a fucking stink, raise a voice. Because God's honest truth, I mean, I don't think I'd want anything to be perfect. I mean, it's a hard fucking fact of life that if everything is perfect, I don't know. Society would be way too boring.
Well, that's just it. The joy of our fucking universe is nothing can be fucking perfect.
No.
There's always going to be a flaw. There's always going to be chaos, anarchy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's going to always be there. That's what keeps things going and evolving. You learn through change. You have to. Otherwise, you're just gestating what you are and you never evolve.
Exactly. If you don't make mistakes, yeah, you're going to be, just doomed to making mistakes and not doing anything about them. Because not everything is going to be perfect. Lord knows, humanity is not perfect.
I'm not asking for like an immense change or a whole fucking world just to, like flip a switch and just be different. I just want a, I'm just, I would like a lot less shitty people in the world.
And how would you go about getting rid of those shitty people?
Honestly, I don't fucking know. The first thing that comes to mind, I wouldn't rather do it because it's the same that all these other people are doing. Is just fucking get rid of them. And that's the same extremism that they're using. And I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Only thing I could learn, the only thing that I could think about is to educate them. But educating people doesn't mean they won't still be shitty. They'll just be shitty with more fucking knowledge. It'll just weed out some because education stops ignorance and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just fucking ranting.
That's okay. That's what this podcast is all about. Rambling and
Yeah.
ranting.
I just I don't see the future. I don't know about the world, but I don't see the future of America being any fucking good per people wise within the next 20 to 50 fucking years. I think it's going to get more PC, more restrained on what you can and can't say. Freedom of fucking speech is going to go out the goddamn window if it hasn't already.
There are those that abuse the fuck out of it, that's for sure, but unfortunately it's there. And some people believe that they're just put there to get rid of the, freedom of speech, the First Amendment and whatnot. It's one of those things, it's, like I said, that's a fine line.
Because I've been noticing that a lot of people, I've been noticing this over the past few years. If you post an opinion anywhere that offends somebody,
Uh-huh.
you have to pull your opinion back or apologize, which is fucking retarded because it's your goddamn opinion, not theirs.
Yeah.
Like
So,
all those celebrities that have to apologize after something they said is fucking stupid. They don't mean it. We all know they don't mean it. But it's just there, just smile and wave, fucking just do what you have to.
yeah, no matter what. I mean, it's a sad. Just like what you just said is a sad truth because that's a joke on the internet. You know, if you want to piss somebody off, just post an opinion and wait a while.
Yeah.
But in the end, you're right. It is their opinion, and sadly, I hate to say it, but Westboro Baptist Church, it's the most darkest, nastiest fucking hating you can think of. But that's their opinion,
Yeah.
and that's all it is. And the best way of countering that opinion is ignoring it. Which
It's
kind of
really
brings
fucking
me.
hard to ignore the loud opinions, though. It really is.
It is, but it's like at the same time, if you think about like I'll bring up another subject like the fucking Kardashians. People look at that shit and bitch about it. Don't watch it
Yeah.
because we as a species like to see things that are off the normal and out of their control. Shit like that. And I don't know where I was going with that. It's basically, just shit like that. If you don't like what's happening there, then don't watch it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, the podcasts I listen to, I'll hear about them, every so often, and I just laugh like, God, they're right, and they're so fucking stupid. I'm tired of hearing about, Kim and fucking Kanye, and I just ignore it. I'll hear about it secondhand, but just as long as I hear about it with, some satire behind it, like fuck them and their kid Northwest. Fuck them.
One thing I've wondered though is that because I've realized this a while ago that between the two big polar emotions of humans, you have love on one spectrum and at the other end you have hate. What I've learned is that every human is born with the capacity to love, but only some are taught to hate. Hate is not natural.
Fact. This is a fact.
All of these people that now hate were taught that by somebody, and that just has to fucking stop.
Well, it's like the notion of,
like fucking, fucking racism. I'm sure everybody knows about that. I had no idea what fucking racism was until I was like 19.
Uh-huh.
Because I wasn't taught about the negativity of other people. I was taught about the positive of everybody.
Right.
And the first time I learned about fucking racism was goddamn Earl and his fucking comedy part of it. He was the first motherfucker that taught me.
Yeah.
Which I find kind of funny, actually.
No, you hit the nail on the head there. Shit like that is taught.
And we just stop the hate. There's my fucking trend. Hashtag stop the hate.
I'm sure there's a trend.
Fucking there you go.
There's already a bumper sticker. Sorry, copyright, whoever. No, but I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like it's like fighting dogs. They were bred to do that. They were taught to do that, and they're pieces of shit for it. Fuck you, Michael Vick, for doing shit like that. And then you get rewarded years later for it. Fuck you. No, I mean,
like it's stuff like that. Like, because since hate is taught from parent to child or relative to child, something like that, a single person can't fucking stop it. It would have to be a global movement just to stop.
Yeah.
People too stuck in their goddamn stubborn ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't like change because they're fucking pussies.
That's a fact. Because, nobody wants to take a chance on, getting outside their comfort zone. Just because it's over there and it's away from you doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Which is bad because a lot of times when for like me as an example, whenever I leave my comfort zone, I always come back feeling like 10 times better because I've got a new experience.
Yeah, but how often do you leave your comfort zone?
More often than what's that called? More often than I thought I would. Way
Really?
back when. Yeah. I've gone to new places. It's fucking, you start off kind of awkward, but then you're like, all right, this isn't too bad.
Because actually, me and Elijah were talking about this the other day about you.
Oh, yeah?
About when you go places, how you hate, taking alternate routes. How
Yeah.
you get scared and you get lost
Yeah.
because you're scared of, that change.
Yeah.
'Cause we were talking about that. We're like, it's like when you go to pay a bill and like Elijah would, take a different path, you'd freak out. Like, where the hell are you going? You're just taking another way. That's interesting.
But yeah, ever since I've moved to Texas, I've been way more fucking outgoing and shit like that and just changing stuff up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hell, we've been, yeah, we haven't had a podcast in a couple of weeks because of, your schedule at work and whatnot.
Sure.
Uh, Man, there's a lot of topics we kind of missed.
I'm sure people have been keeping up with them.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about, like, the important one for me is fucking Batman. I mean, since we've last, there's been a trailer for the new game. What did you think about that? Or did we talk about that?
We did. It was
Okay.
totally awesome.
Uh, oh, yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman, was revealed. His look. What'd you think of that shit?
I like the suit. I don't know how I feel about the symbol. The symbol seems a bit large.
Yeah, it's more or less based on the Frank Miller look.
But I
The
don't know.
Dark Knight
Maybe it was just
Returns.
like a bad. Maybe it was just a bad angle the picture was taken at or something.
Yeah, it looks
I,
pretty much like the logo that you see.
yeah. I'll just wait. I'll go in like I went in when I went to go see Godzilla. I'm gonna go in with zero fucking expectations, so I can't get disappointed.
What'd you think?
Of Godzilla,
Yeah,
fucking amazing.
it was amazing, right?
It was.
That is a Godzilla movie, people. That is how a Godzilla movie is supposed to be. Not that's a lot of fish. None of that bullshit. Matthew Broderick
Also,
free. I love Matthew Broderick. He was great as Ferris Bueller and Biloxi Blues and what else? Anything. But, him in a Godzilla movie just didn't work. It wasn't just him either. It was that Godzilla sucked. There
yeah.
goes my rant. Anyway.
I also just recently saw the X-Men movie.
Yeah, so me and Elijah saw that yesterday. What'd you think?
Oh my god, I have two. No, I have three questions about that movie.
Okay, I'll try my best to answer.
Question number the first.
Yes.
Why is Quicksilver in there? Because he technically shouldn't be there.
Because he's Magneto's son and he's part
Yeah,
of the.
he's Magneto's son, so why the fuck is he back in time when Magneto, you know, was young?
Well, he was. This Magneto's like in his 30s and 40s, dude.
Yeah, didn't Magneto have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch when he was older, though?
In this world, it really doesn't matter. Because he even made the fucking comment, my mom used to know somebody who had that ability to magnetism. And they
Hmm.
both kind of blinked for a minute, like, huh?
I must have missed that line.
Yeah, it was in the elevator. Because, like, he's like, oh, your power's magnetism, huh? My mom knew somebody like that. And they both had this
Yeah.
moment of awkward pause.
Gotcha.
Question number
Question the second.
dos.
How did Kitty Pryde do the whole back in time shit?
I don't know.
Because I know she can ghost people, but I had no idea she could fucking ghost consciousness through time.
I didn't know that either because the way the trailers made it seem like I thought it was Professor X doing that shit.
Yeah, which would make sense.
Yeah, I didn't know she could do that either. I got to talk to Elijah on that one. That one threw me off a little bit too. Maybe it's something in one of her powers that evolved
Maybe.
to this time period. Which for a lesbian, God bless her, she's still hot.
True. Alright, and question the third. You stayed after the credits, yeah?
Yes,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but why the fuck is Apocalypse a chick?
that wasn't a chick.
That was a chick.
He
Oh,
was just
that
a,
was a chick.
he was just a very feminine looking dude.
No, that was a chick. They were boobs.
No, it was just a cloak. It was a guy because I've seen the screen cap, and it was a guy. It's
All
just the way the
right.
cloak was.
Then why was he so fucking tiny? Isn't Apocalypse a big fucking buff dude?
This is before he gets all that shit.
Son
Because
of a bitch.
did you hear what they were chanting?
I didn't understand
They
it.
were chanting Nsabanu, which is his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he's
Hmm.
basically he was the first known mutant. And his
Uh,
ability is the power to like adapt a technology to him to use to his advantage kind of thing. It's weird to explain, but what happened is an alien ship crashed and he absorbed that technology and became super badass.
hmm.
That's
See,
yeah,
the only reason I knew it was Apocalypse were two things: the blue skin and the four horsemen behind.
yeah.
And I'm like, why is this chick goddamn Apocalypse? I
No,
was so
it's
pissed.
just he's just a very little feminine dude.
I was so mad.
I want to retract something I just said
What?
about Ellen Page being hot for a lesbian. That sounded kind of that actually sounded sexist.
Ha!
I don't care if she is a lesbian. She's hot though. I mean, there are plenty of hot lesbians out there. I'm just saying, because the not generalizing, but stereotyping. Not stereotyping here. I want to retract that before I get bombarded. Um, yeah, he's just a very feminine looking dude, is who it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, that power ability that threw me off. Her being able to psychically port people. I didn't know she could do that either. But other than that, it was fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Good movie. Uh, yeah. Blah 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 blah. Cut. So yeah. What else have you been up to?
Uh, really not too much. Just trying to get by day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got got to stuff myself full of allergy medication because it's springtime.
Oh, of course. Down in Texas, it's worse. I know that for a fact.
Yesterday I was on a Zyrtec, a Claritin, and a Benadryl just so I couldn't breathe through my nose.
Damn. Were you tripping balls or something?
Not at all.
Were you tweaking?
No. I just don't. I can't. If I breathe at all through my nose during the spring season, my allergies kick in instantly.
No.
And I've actually, oddly enough, I found this one science article about redheads, and we have a 30% faster immune system rate when it comes to medication.
Oh, so you just eat right through it.
Oh yeah, that's why I have to constantly either change or mix prescriptions just to get the normal effect.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, because I have to be like, I'll have like 1 week I'll be on Zyrtec, the next week I have to go to Allegra, back to Zyrtec the next week, just stuff like that.
So it doesn't pay to be ginger sometimes.
Sometimes I was out in the park for 10 fucking minutes with sunscreen. I came back with a sunburn.
Damn. Wearing
That's
a
all the
hat,
time.
fool.
Huh?
Were you wearing a hat?
I was wearing a hat. I didn't stop the sun.
Yeah, his son just said, fuck you.
I know. I was sitting in the shade under a tree with sunscreen on. 10 fucking minutes.
It's because
So
your
mad.
skin isn't freaking used to it.
I was so mad. Like the one day I decide to, enjoy nature, it fights back.
Yeah, it does. No, I think you just gotta toughen up your skin, especially if you're out there doing LARP stuff.
I've actually had to do a pause on that because it's a very expensive hobby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to save up my money for the move.
Huh. Okay. Fair enough. same again.
But yeah, that's my world.
Yeah. And my universe, just not a lot's been going on. Just doing some investigations here and there. I mean, I've been doing them for a while, but yeah, their work's cut me off though. Unfortunately,
Oh yeah.
yeah, fucking. Uh, they. I put in a couple of dates and they've denied me.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm kind of bummed about that. I mean, one of them, I understood it was for this weekend, but we got inventory next week.
yeah, that's one thing that's confused me is that we would do inventory once a year, basically.
Uh huh.
But where I'm at now, we do inventory once a month
Really?
in my little section.
Like
Yeah.
Regis actually comes in and counts all that shit every month?
No, no, we have to do all the counts and send them in.
Huh. It's a little
You
odd.
know, one day a month we have to just count everything in our little section and just send in the numbers.
Oh. You inventory everything like in Delhi, not like the whole store.
No, no.
Oh, I mean that. Yeah, okay. You all aren't really affected in your area by inventory, are you? Like big inventory for the whole store.
I wouldn't know. We do it once a month, so I wouldn't know when the actual store inventory comes around.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, same again. Yeah, that's next week though. They've been stressing us out about that, but that's a story for a different time. Because,
Mhm.
well, that was certainly a hot topic landmine of a pod. Yeah, sideswipe me with that one, son.
Yeah.
Wish I could have offered better advice and tell you how to just look past the shit. But sometimes, yeah, it'll bug you for a little bit, but you just gotta just roll with the punches, man.
Yeah.
You just take the licks in life, and no matter what it is, whether it be personal or something that really affects your, personal beliefs, you just roll with the punches and just go with it.
Yeah.
Just try not to let it bother you too much. I mean, it's good that you're aware of things like this, but at the same time, I mean, it'll beat you down.
It just every time I learn something new, it astounds me how stupid some people are.
Uh huh. And
I
that's
guess just because I just have like that little fucking grain of hope for humanity.
there's always hope for humanity. It's far and few between, but every once in a while there's a rare sunshine that shows up, and you can just say, "Yay!" Humanity did something right for a change.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the good things that always outweighs the bad. You just got to look at the good things sometimes more than the bad.
That's true.
I'm sorry, but it's a fact. Men, we're dumb.
Fact.
It's a fact. I'm not talking about mankind as a whole. I'm talking about the the sex of man is dumb. We're dumb. We're guys are dumb.
I'm very thick-headed.
Yes, we are thick. I admit that freely. But at the
I've
same
told
time,
many of my friends, like, don't try to do any fucking hints or clues around me. Just tell me what you want.
yeah.
Because I'll take years just to figure it out.
But as a whole species, yeah, we're going to we have to do something, or else we're going to wind up destroying ourselves.
We're halfway there.
Maybe, maybe not. Some people say that. A lot of people say that. It may appear that way, but I think we're a long way off from truly, hitting rock bottom.
Hmm.
Because, yeah, people look around and say, hey, yeah, we were at our fucking lowest. Think about what they were thinking about 50 years ago. They're probably thinking the same thing. We're at our lowest. We're at our
Yeah.
lowest. We're at our lowest. I don't think we've hit that yet. But in order to grow as a species and, Just got to.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But if things stay the way they are, my guess is in the next 200-300 years, we're gonna hit the fucking bottom.
Maybe. I just know, as history goes on, we set a lot of fires, a lot of bad, some good. And the thing is, the next generation is just gonna have to read about it in the light of that fire, and hopefully they learn from it. They learn to abolish shit like rape, pestilence, famine, things like that, and just don't make our mistakes.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, one can only hope. You
That will be when we hit our fucking rock bottom. When there is no more hope in the world.
Well, you know what Revelations is all about, sir? When everything is great, there is no more war, peace in the Middle East and all that. That's when things end.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything ends on a happy ending. Except in that happy ending,
Everyone, well, half the people die.
yeah, sea will start boiling, moon will turn into blood, Gabriel will blow his horn, and the four horsemen, not Ric Flair and them, not Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and, fuck. I just drew a blank. Holy shit. Bad wrestling fan. Arn, Tully, Rick. Who am I missing?
That one guy.
Oh, maybe Ole Anderson. Yeah, I'll count Ole Anderson. He was like one of the first. Anyway, it's not them. And it's not the ones in the X-Men comics. I'm talking about the four bad motherfuckers led by Death. And hell followed with him. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But until then, I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime or maybe even the next generation or the next generation. It'll happen one day.
Maybe. So
Yeah.
says one book.
Says one book. That's one way of looking at it. But until then, I'm going to still podcast, goddammit. We're going to step on these landmines of hot topics.
Why not?
Yeah, so what do you think, folks? Go ahead and leave a comment below what you think. Or email me at weirdpodcast@gmail.com. Send in your opinions. I got to set up a Facebook and a Twitter for this, dude. That's what I got to do. I haven't done that yet. Shit. I'm going to pimp this. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do that sort of thing. Tell us what you think about, the subjects we've discussed today. But until then, thank you for listening as always. I am Adam Stone.
I'm Adam Blocher.
Stay weird, everyone.